Well, I do want to bring in Loretta Lynch. She is the former president of the California Public Utilities Commission during California's electricity crisis back in 2001, 2002. So we're talking 20 years ago. Loretta, let's get to this call for energy conservation and the ongoing threat of rolling blackouts. You say it doesn't have to be this way.
Absolutely, Marla. It doesn't have to be this way. It's a hot summer day, and utilities and grid operators all over the nation are dealing with a hot summer heat wave. But we're not blacking out anybody in Arizona or Nevada or even in LA DWP. Why? Because those power grid operators make sure that they have enough power under contract from power plants that are running to serve their customers. The problem here is the ISO has plenty of power paid for. We pay for tens of thousands of megawatts more each and every day to stand ready to run when needed. The problem is those power plants aren't running, and the ISO is exacerbating the problem by allowing exports out of California at times of high demand.
So for people who may not understand, when you say exports, the state of California, CalISO, is literally allowing the sale of our energy to other states during these high demand periods.
That's absolutely right. We export electricity from the power plants that are located in California. And 2 years ago, CalISO's exports of electricity caused blackouts in August and September. CalISO needs to stop exporting electricity at times of high demand. But let's be clear, we planned for hot weather in California. Hot weather happens every year across the state. The problem is in how CalISO manages the grid, that they allow exports and that they also pay power plants to run. We pay power plants to stand ready to run when they know those power plants can't run. If you can't run when we need you, we shouldn't pay you.
Well, you know, knowing your stance, we did reach out to CalISO for a comment, and they declined to, they gave a comment. They said, no, thank you. If I'm CalISO, though, Loretta, it is 100 degrees plus in so many of our cities across the state. This is a longevity issue, this heat wave that we're experiencing, unlike in 2020. It wasn't as long. So there is stress on the power grid.
Oh, absolutely. And we all should conserve. Everybody should conserve during hot days. If for no other reason, then your power bill will be lower. And of course, climate change is real, and we're having hotter and hotter days. But the point is, California already planned for that. We bought plenty of power, and all Edison and SDG&E and PG&E customers will be paying for that power to keep the lights on. The problem is in how CalISO manages the grid and runs the grid, and they can't keep the lights on. They're the only grid operator in the United States that has a problem with sustained high heat. They're the only one. No place else that's happening, not even in Los Angeles at LA DWP. So we know it's not just the heat that is the problem. It's the grid operator.
Well, you have a three-step solution. Let's throw those up there so our viewers can see this. You say, number one, we should stop exports on high-demand days, inspect every power plant for operational integrity, and require replacement power. You say if we do these three things, then we wouldn't have this threat of rolling blackouts because we have enough energy in this great state of California. What is your message to people who are watching and they're worried about losing power and they're worried about the threat of rolling blackouts? How valid is that concern, Loretta?
Very sadly, it's very valid because Homer Simpson is at the controls of our electric power grid today. The problem here is we need to demand change. We need to demand that the governor tell the CalISO board to stop exporting electricity, to inspect each and every power plant to make sure that they can run when they're needed, and to make sure we don't pay them, we penalize them if they don't run when they're needed. The problem here is we have plants under contract to run that are not running right now, and that may well cause blackouts, but it doesn't have to, and it doesn't happen anyplace else in the United States like this.
Loretta Lynch, we appreciate your perspective and your passion as it relates to this topic. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Stay cool.
Thank you for having me, Marla.